Hey guys, Big Jonas here. We're checking in on Bitcoin's current 4-hour chart. I'm on the Coinbase exchange here. So a couple things really start to stick out to me now. We were in this bear channel here for quite a while, basically going all the way back, all the way back, all the way back to this area here above $6,000 where we were actually holding support for some time. Now we do see our bottom side of our channel coincides right here with this break and hold. And then our middle channel support resistance line basically is showing this line is very solid and stable and useful as a guide to show us our middle area of resistance. Now, that we have been bouncing through and around this resistance and support channel all the way down here because we did almost tap our channel support middle there. We hugged it all the way down here. When we broke really bearish, we actually were able to get all the way to our bottom right here. So close in our lower channel support, which held our bull push higher. We see how that initial resistance on our middle channel support was actually confirmed until we were able to break again higher. Now, since then, we have been bashing against our upper channel resistance, also slightly coinciding with our 4-hour Ichimoku cloud here of resistance because listen, we can't even get into it on the 4-hour chart. We did have a couple wicks here that tried to enter our cloud and just could not. Now, if it was able to get in, we would basically want to target the other side here, but we're so weak we can't even do that. Now we see where our cloud continues into the next, several days here of price action, still putting in downward pressure as it drifts lower. Now we were able, okay, now this is notable, at least in the 4-hour, we were able to basically get out of our range here of resistance. We were basically riding it for quite a while. Let me just pull this back just a little bit to right there. There's the accurate one. And then after yesterday's little bit of a bull move, look at that. We were able to get out of it and basically stay out of it. We did go back in intra candle a couple candles ago. We were able to hold that. Other back tests held support. But we're basically now in this new, smaller bear flag, and we see where our resistance and supports are. So our support line continues to be this rising upward angle here. We also see that our next area, if we were able to break somewhat bullishly, would be, this $3,500 area here of the price action, which basically would denote hitting again this area, putting in a lower low from 36 to 34 and now to 33s. Okay, so even if we break that area here, which would be our first higher low, okay, since this, listen, we're putting in lower lows here. So until we're able to break this equilibrium, okay, this is the pattern we're watching. Now we can also see that we can expand this out to be some sort of a triangle here where we're getting close to this equilibrium as well. We have our bottom support, we have our triangle upper resistance, and we're getting into this wedge here. Not really a wedge, still a triangle. As we get into like tomorrow's price action, this basically apex will go to conclude. So any chance moving us higher, either to 35s, 36s, or potentially through that and retesting our cloud resistance, or maybe intraday, like a wick or two, we can get into the cloud and hitting our upper flag resistance that could be as high as $3,700. Anything after that is still just the bears continue to have that control here. Now on our 4-hour RSI, a couple things I'm watching here. We may be putting in some sort of an ascending triangle here on the 4-hour RSI, putting in higher lows, but hitting that same top here around the 50 area. Continue to watch that because if we break this, I'm going to lean really bearishly in that circumstance here. But if we can hold this line of support, then I'll be targeting once again a push to our upper area here, and that would mean some sort of a little bit of a bullishness in the price action of Bitcoin. Now we're watching here our 4-hour stochastic still holding a bull cross. Okay, it's weak, but we're still holding it. So as long as this price action can hold 3350, let's say, and above, then we can maybe be able to hold this area in our stoke and use that as some sort of a thing. But if we break this cross, if we actually fall over, I'm going to be a little more skeptical, and I'll be targeting again this lower area of support. 4-hour MACD, look at that, it's still just holding a little bit of bullishness there. We can also see our histograms are still positive, but they're weak, folks. They're just weak. We want something at least like this. We want something more where we get bigger, 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 bigger. Yep, something over here, something over here. We have much better examples of reversals, and we're just not seeing that real push yet. And lastly, I just want to briefly talk on our CMF, chalk and money flow. We continue to be drifting lower with just weak all around momentum here. Okay, we need to get price action above their zero line at least before we can talk of any sense of bullishness here. Now I'm going to expand this out to my daily candle here and look at basically these indicators on a higher time frame. And basically we see something very similar with our chalk and money flow. We're still under our zero line. We're still ranging in this area here, but there's nothing yet that suggests any big change in momentum here. Now we see how bearish, oh my God, our MACD broke down with all of our histograms as well when we basically failed to hold that 6K area here. So we're slowly rising. We would expect that to happen there. Okay, we're slowly seeing just a little bit more of a push of bullishness because of our extension now on our leading blue indicator here. And we're going to continue to watch that to see any sense that we are actually making a momentum change here. We have a long way to go before we're able to get back up here. And listen, our histograms, they are very weak here, but they're slowly rising higher here. This is momentum building. It's just weak and subtle, and it wouldn't take much to reverse this to continue the downtrend. Daily stochastic is still bearish. So we have our slight bullishness on the 4-hour. We have our continued bearishness on our daily. So even the 4-hour giving us some glimmer of a bullish sense is basically all we have right now. Our daily RSI cannot, just holding that 30 area, it really doesn't want to give this up because this is an area that needs to hold if we're going to have any kind of more of a bullish momentum here. We can even see, well, look at that. We broke through a little bit here, a little back test here, but still, this is just weak because we're at 30 on our relative strength index. Where is stochastic? Did that. Lastly, OBV oscillator here. It's just, we're slowly rising a little higher, but we're just so mired here. This basically is a representation of holders, people that are accumulating, I feel, in this area. And I'm just not seeing that strong accumulation yet in this area, even though we're in these low oversold. Now, I say oversold because here's what we're talking about. On the daily chart, we are still holding our Bollinger support. I'm clean this up here, okay? And that's basically true. We did touch our lower BB, and whenever we do touch that, I like to at least target the middle Bollinger as the next chance. We see when we basically touched it, held it, bullish push here. In this moment here, I did want to touch a little higher, and we were just too weak to do that. Now our Bollingers have tightened on our daily, and we're basically seeing we can run this up to our middle BB. But again, we're only talking about $3,700. Upper BB as high as $4,300. These are both angled bearish, falling bearishly here, okay? If we were going to see a little uptick in our lower BB, similar to what we had here a couple days ago, this was a sense maybe we can build on this, but now basically we're retesting this low and potentially going to put in a lower low. The thing that really sticks out this entire time, folks, is just our volume profile. Now you see this line here. This is our average volume line. Okay, and it's basically on a 20-day here. So you see where we were peaking, we basically peaked here on our average. Now we're declining. So our volume's declining. Our price action remains stable, more or less. I mean, let's face it here. We're day 6 here, going into day 7. I'll use this candle too, sure. So about 7 to 8 days, or basically a week, okay, into this area here, where our closing body has been between 37 and 35. So about $200 separates our bottom and top candle bodies, and even our wicks aren't that long either. So we've basically been maintaining this area, and we're just not seeing that accumulation. But what is notable is that we definitely have declined in our selling, our bearish selling pressure we were watching there. So we are on coin market cap here, and we are basically looking at no, that needs to be refreshed. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, so 108 billion. Now Bitcoin dominance 54.8, dropped just a little bit, just a 0.2. As you see, crypto volume is declining. And we're looking here. So we're watching this stability play out. We have low volume on Bitcoin. So here we go again. So we have been in this sixes and fives, high fives, right? And now we're in the low fours, and now we're in the high threes, low fours in terms of our volume profile. So we're seeing that stabilization, which means we're about to get that next leg of something. Okay, buying is dried up, selling has dried up. Which one's going to break? Now we look at our longs and our shorts here. Our shorts, tweezer top a couple days ago after breaking into our all-time high zone. We ranged in this area for quite a while, and we can keep this another chance to push higher in our shorts because we can range in this area here. This was a resistance area. We broke through it. We're back testing it as support. This can range higher. Now our longs are still holding our lower channel support here ever so slightly, okay? Past 2 days were interesting because we actually saw those longs loading up here. We got a pause today because along with that longs loading, we didn't see that money flow behind it to show that we actually have that intent. We keep ranging in this area long enough, and maybe we can say, all right, maybe the selling has dried up. Maybe we've reached our full bear cycle for this moment. We can start to retest these other areas. These other areas that are so, that have put all this bearishness has put our areas so much lower now, of our next areas to basically test our resistances. So I'm going to hide my volume. I'm going to hide my Bollinger, and going to hide my cloud. And basically I want to focus on my two EMAs here, my EMA 12, my EMA 26. Okay, this is my 12, this is my 26. We see how the 12 has acted, this is the daily, for so many days. Look, it couldn't get up at wick, not even a wick. Okay, full rejection here, full split here when we broke 6K. So any bullish pop, okay, we have to break through and close above, or at least my 12-hour my EMA 12. Okay, 35, the 26, 4,000 and falling still. Okay, I'll go to a lower time frame. How about our 6-hour? What does our 6-hour tell us of our indicators here? It's pretty similar. Basically have our EMA 12 resistance. When we broke bullish, we got through our 26 intra-candle. This was a sell signal because we, the first time, attempt above a major EMA break, couldn't hold, rejection. That's your get out of Dodge signal there. We did it again, and look, we rejected it there one more time, basically. So we're seeing this consistency, EMA 26 6-hour chart, but we're getting closer again. We're getting closer again to tightening these up. It could be scary for two reasons. We had a similar circumstance here where we got tighter, looking for that cross, couldn't do it. Continued bearish market here. Okay, I'd like to get a little tighter here. Okay, and to get tighter, we got to get one little more bullish push higher, really confirming that the price action for now cannot get above $3,500. One last thing here, go to the 1 hour. Okay, watch our candles here. Now I am kind of actually bringing my volume just so we get a sense here of what's going on. Okay, EMA is very tight here. Okay, we do have a bull cross here, led to this. Then we had our bear cross here, confirmation. Now we're just super tight, so not getting much from them on lower time frames. They're very much useful so far on our 6-hour and our daily. Okay, I want to close my get rid of that. I want to bring After that, I want to bring up my TD and let's check out some TDs. So our hourly here, not much here. We did have a 9 and a little bull pop there. We did have a crappy 9 here on after this this gravestone doji here. Going to the 4-hour. We had a 9. Yeah, but I remember this 9 a couple days ago. Look at that. That was very, very clean 9. 9 with a very nice high wave on both directions here. Indecision. That led to a nice little runner here, but we couldn't, we only were able to get to a 4. And now we're just intra-count here, so nothing clear on the 4. Let's go to the 6. Red 2, intra-count, nothing there, no clarity there. Going to our 12. So I remember this 12, yeah, we had this 9 a couple days ago and haven't been able to get a very clean count ever since then. And go to our daily. What's going on here? We're on a red 2. We did have a price flip here. Remember, this is after a 9. Now this is scary here because we had our 9. Okay, now we're looking for some sort of a reversal, 1 to 4 candle correction. We had our price flip. Okay, that would allow us to go bullish. Now we're putting in a red 1. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got to get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, well, this is definitely going to be a 1 here. This is definitely going to be a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's no, unless we can get above 35, 30 today, this is going to be a red 1 guarantee. And that's a little scary because that can allow, maybe this is the downward pressure that we're watching for the next beginning of the next bear break continuation. And lastly, our 3-day here. It's interesting here. Very nice, interesting bottoming 9. And we're still potentially in a 1 to 4 candle correction in our 3-day. Okay, interesting candle here in our 3-day. We got a couple more days left in this here, but this could be an interesting, maybe bottoming hammer here. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Let's go to our weekly. Okay, we're still on a red 5 on our weekly with running room. And lastly, go to my monthly here, and we have a 4, 5 still on a red 5 with running room on our monthly here. And lastly, I'm going to just bring up our Bollingers, do a little high time frame Bollingers. Okay, so here was our middle BB support rejection. Look at our that's needs to get fixed here. There we go. Look at our lower Bollinger. Okay, racing higher, slightly leveling. It's at 700. Next month, in 2 weeks, this is going to be over 1,000 probably. If we're somewhere in this area. This is, so far, we're putting in a lower low bearish monthly candle. It's not good. Weekly, we're putting in a lower low bearish weekly candle. Okay, right now, we did have a lower wick last week, but we're looking at that candle and we're still outside our lower Bollinger. Look at it. The lower Bollinger is still acting as resistance. Look how this is playing out here, okay? It kind of reminds me of our daily back here when we broke bearish on our daily. Several days out, we came back in, little pop, and then gazunk. We rode it down all the way. Our weekly is beginning to look a little bit like our daily. That's a little scary here. Yikes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll keep an eye on this throughout the day here. Still, I want to find something like bullish I can hold on to, and we're just not seeing it. Our weekly RSI under 30 still. Where is this volume going to come from? Yikes. Anyways, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. Please follow me on Twitter as well. I am Big Chonas. I'm also a contributor to the Bitcoin Live platform. And look forward to talking to you guys soon. This is Big Chonas signing out.